With an abundance of options for 7-passenger luxury SUVs, is there any way the Infiniti QX60 stands out among this crowded segment? Well, let's go ahead and find out and check out this 2016 Infiniti QX60. Now for 2016, the QX60 sees a mid-cycle refresh, and the QX60 was formerly known as the JX35 and has been out since around the 2013 model year. Now on the front end of the vehicle, the biggest changes are the addition of new LED daytime running lights, and then you also do have a revised front fascia that's more aggressive and sportier. And then you also do have these new 18-inch alloy wheels that do look pretty good in my opinion. They certainly add a little bit more spice on the exterior of the vehicle, but overall I think it's a pretty nice update here. It certainly looks a lot more competitive against other competitors in this class, such as the Audi Q7 and the BMW X5 and the Acura MDX. Looks much more aggressive and sportier. That's where a lot of car manufacturers are starting to go towards, is more aggressive styling. Now here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. It's your typical Infiniti intelligent key, nothing too special about it here. But we do have your remote engine start, and then your lock, unlock, and then you have your power tailgate, and then your panic button. Now our QX60 is known as the Liquid Platinum, and it is a pretty good looking color here. You do have smart key access on the driver's door as well as the front passenger door. And then you also do have a full-on black leather interior, but Infiniti likes to call it graphite. Power driver's seat with your power recline and your power lumbar too. You also do have these door sills right here. All right, now stepping on inside of the QX60. It's a pretty nice looking interior design that's very opulent. Now, not a whole lot has changed for the 2016 model year for the interior. It still pretty much looks the same from the 2015 model year. But I really do like this new graphite weave interior trim. That's a nice styling touch. And then I really love the new shifter that has the Infiniti logo on it, which is pretty cool. Now you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start, of course. Now what also hasn't changed is the powertrain. It still is a 3.5 liter V6. Full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, we still have a continuously variable transmission, or a CVT automatic. You also do have manual shiftability. And when you put the vehicle into reverse, this will tilt down the mirrors, and this will display your round view monitor, your 360-degree view rear view camera. You have a top-down view. As you can see, you have cameras on the side mirrors, and then you also do have your regular rear view camera with trajectory and guidance lines, of course. You also do have parking sensors. Pretty cool here. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the vehicle. Let's go ahead and pop up the hood, check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators. Now, based on the Nissan Pathfinder platform, the Infiniti QX60 is Infiniti's most expensive and their largest crossover SUV. However, it's not their most expensive SUV. That title belongs to the Infiniti QX80. Now, it shares many underpinnings with the Nissan Pathfinder. Coming up front, you have high-intensity discharge headlights with your LED daytime running lights. Love the new headlights here. Then you also do have front parking sensors. It kind of gives off this angry, menacing look on the front. Now, since the powertrain is carried over, the EPA estimates also do as well. And this powertrain does deliver 265 horsepower at 6,400 RPM and 248 pound-feet of torque at 4,400 RPM, with EPA estimates for our all-wheel drive model being 19 in the city and 26 on the highway. If you go for a front-wheel drive model, you're looking at 21 in the city and 27 on the highway, which is pretty good fuel economy numbers here. Now, if you want better fuel efficiency, you can also go for a hybrid model if you like. Competitors of the QX60, you have the vehicles in the 7-passenger midsize luxury SUV class. This includes the likes of the Acura MDX, BMW X5, as well as the Audi Q7 and the Buick Enclave. Now, Infiniti has also added forward emergency braking for the 2016 model year, along with a host of other high-end safety technologies. Now, our particular QX60, you're looking at $54,860. Ours includes the premium package, driver assistance package, and the theater package and the premium plus package. Ours is pretty loaded. You have roof rails on the top, shark fin antenna. Really love these revamped LED taillights that do look really good. And you also do have rear parking sensors and rear reflectors. And a rear window wiper with a rear window defroster and an LED third brake light. Now, of course, you have all of your basic powered features, including power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, and they also do power fold, which is a nice little luxury feature to have there. We also do have memory seat settings for 2 people. Now, when you get a luxury crossover, you expect excellent build quality and materials, and Infiniti actually added more soft touch materials inside of the QX60's cabin here, especially right down here, and it's really soft touch where your knees might hit. And you have nice stitching, which is pretty cool. And there's soft touch materials all around the place inside of the cabin here, like on the mid door panel, the armrests, and on the upper door panel. The dashboard is not really all that soft touch, but the quality and the graining of the plastic is really nice. And then you have this nice stitching. It's a really opulent interior, I have to say. I'm quite impressed. Coming to the steering wheel design, love this steering wheel design from Infiniti here. And this is the steering wheel design you'll also find on many Nissans as well. Coming over here, we have your steering wheel mounted audio controls and your voice recognition, as well as your Bluetooth. We also do have adaptive cruise control, but Infiniti calls it intelligent cruise control. This button right here also controls the little information center, which I will get to in just a minute. Down here, we also do have a little storage cubby and then a 12-volt power outlet. Then you have dual cup holders and your heated seats. Ventilated front seats are also an option. You also do have your different drive modes. You have your eco mode, your sport mode, and your snow mode. Down here, this is where you'll find your center console. It's nice and soft touch and stitched. And you'll find an okay amount of center console storage to store the family's items. You have a USB charging port down there and a 12-volt power outlet, as well as your video jacks for your rear entertainment system. Up here is where you'll find your auto-dimming rearview mirror with garage home link, sunglass container, SOS Safety Connect, and your sunroof. Panoramic sunroof is optional. Visibility in the QX60 is pretty good. I really love how there's lots of glass area on the front windows. Seeing out of the windshield is pretty easy. However, there's a little hump on the hood that can intrude on visibility a little bit. When you get to rearward visibility, it's a little hard to see out of this vehicle. And it's a pretty long crossover, I have to say. However, at least we do have that around view monitor, which helps out quite a lot. Coming to the gauges and the instrument cluster here, it's a pretty traditional looking setup. On the left, you have your tachometer with your coolant temperature, and on the right, you have your speedometer with your fuel gauge. In the center right there shows you various amounts of vehicle information. Like I said, it's controlled by the buttons on the steering wheel. Shows you information such as your average fuel economy, any warnings with the vehicle. You could change settings such as the driver assistance, other vehicle settings, body color, your maintenance, alarms, language, your units. You could turn the welcome effect on or off if you would like. And you could do a factory reset. Really do love how there's also a back button right here, as you could see. And then right here shows you your fuel range, your exterior temperature readout, and what driver mode you're in. Shows you your safety technologies, which ones are on or off. And then right here it shows you your average fuel economy for the trips. And then your tire pressure monitoring too. Overall, I love this little information center, and I love the graphics and the rendering. I wish it was just a little bit bigger, as it is a little bit small. We also do have rain sensing windshield wipers, a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then down here is where you will find your heated steering wheel, your traction control off button, your power tailgate, and then you have your button for if you want to turn the main outlet on or off. As far as seating comfort goes in the QX60, the seats are very comfortable, great for long road trips, and pretty supportive, I have to say. And the thigh support is excellent overall. I would certainly take this vehicle on a long road trip. These seats are very plush, and the headrests are also nice and soft too. Now let's get to the whole center stack here. Now, most of these buttons are your controls for the infotainment system. And then you also do have your climate controls. Now, I don't really like how the climate controls are mixed in with the controls for the infotainment system. I wish they would just put all of the climate controls on this upper section right here. But right here we do have dual zone automatic climate control, and then you have your temperatures right here. It shows what temperature you're at on the display, as you can see. And then you also do have your different zones, of course. And then up here is where you'll find your rear window defroster, front window defroster, your fan speeds, and then your rear climate controls. You could turn that on or off if you would like. And then you can access climate at any time on the display screen if you want, and you could turn the dual mode on or off from right here. Now let's get to the infotainment system in the main head unit here. Now we've seen this many times here before, and I'm actually quite disappointed that Infiniti didn't put their new head unit inside of the new QX60 here. They went with this dated head unit that looked like it came straight out of 2009. Now it still works pretty well, it's still pretty intuitive, but it's just really dated looking. Now, the touchscreen itself is actually quite nice because it's very user-friendly and it's very responsive. Coming to your different media sources, we do have AM, FM, of course. We also do have a 13-speaker Bose premium audio sound system in this vehicle. You also do have your XM satellite radio, your CD player with your optical disc drive, auxiliary input. You also do have Bluetooth streaming audio, and then your USB port with your iPod integration. Down here is where you will also find your presets, and then you have your volume knob right here, as well as your tune knob. Now, what I do love about this system is that you can access the rear view camera or the around view monitor anytime you would like, and you could change the views anytime you would like as well, which is quite nice. I really do love that feature there. And then you also do have your navigation system. This nav system is getting pretty dated looking overall. It looks really scrunched up, and this just looks really dated. No 3D rendering of buildings or anything like that. However, you will find points of interest as well as live traffic. But that's pretty standard stuff in a navigation system nowadays. But it does what it needs to do, and it does it fairly well. It's just not the most updated looking system out there. Competition from Mercedes, BMW, and Audi, they certainly have much better looking nav systems and infotainment systems, to be honest. Coming to your voice recognition, let's go ahead and test that out.
Please say call, followed by a phone book name, or say a category like
Audio.
audio. Please say AM, FM.
XM.
Playing XM.
The voice recognition does work fairly well overall. Coming to info, this shows you other information such as your fuel economy, your Infiniti connection, and then you have your traffic info, weather info. You could do a where am I too, and then you have your maintenance, you have your map updates. But I really do love this infotainment system because it's pretty intuitive, but other than that, it's just really dated looking. You have your settings that you could change, your navigation, audio, Bluetooth, volume and beeps, your rear display, eco drive. And then you also do have your day and night mode too. You can change the brightness of that if you would like. Then you have your status. It shows you pretty much everything right here. You have your digital clock, your climate controls, and then what audio source is playing. It shows you all of the very important stuff. But overall, what I do love about this infotainment system and its head unit is that it's really intuitive and user-friendly, just dated. Now, even though Infiniti did spice things up on the exterior as well as the interior of the vehicle, this is still not a crossover that you will want to toss around corners. It's not really nimble handling. It's more of a comfortable highway cruiser. It's very relaxed in its nature and has a very smooth and a very quiet ride. Now, the CVT automatic is actually calibrated pretty well inside of the QX60 here, much better than what you'll find in some other vehicles nowadays with their CVT automatics. But overall, the handling of this vehicle, it's pretty numb at times, but you can feel for where this vehicle is trying to go. But this is certainly not the sports car of 7-passenger luxury crossovers. But the 3.5 liter V6 can feel sluggish at times, and I wish there was a more powerful powertrain. A V8 option would be nice. All right, and let's go ahead and shut down the QX60. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Build quality and materials do follow through in the rear of the QX60. Now, these second row seats, they do recline and they do slide forward and aft for greater comfort for the second row and the third row passengers, which is nice. Now, sitting back here, there's plenty of legroom as well as plenty of headroom. There's an ample amount of passenger space back here. And the seats themselves are actually quite comfortable. They're still pretty plush. And then you also do have dual map pockets on each seat for a total of 4 map pockets. And then you have rear air vents back here, automatic climate control, a USB charging port, and a house outlet, 120 volt power outlet. And then you have your video jacks for your rear entertainment system with the dual screen headrest. And then you have a rear center armrest with cup holders, and the rear headrests are also adjustable. Alrighty. Now, to get into the third row, just pull up on this right here and the seat will tumble, and then you just pull it forward. Easy as that. Now, since these second row seats do slide forward and aft, you can actually get a decent amount of legroom back here for the third row passengers. However, if the second row seats are pushed all the way back, it can get pretty tight back here, and it's only recommended for small children. Now, you will find dual cup holders as well as a USB charging port on each side, which is nice, and it's very family friendly, as you can see. You also do have airbags right here, which is nice. Overall, it's a pretty comfortable experience, and the seats back here are actually pretty plush. Overall, not too bad. And to get out, just pull this up like this and just push the seat forward. Very easy mechanism, I love that. Powered passenger seat with power recline. You also have your glove box compartment, which is nice and damp in line with felt. So the 2016 Infiniti QX60 is certainly one of the most comfortable 7-passenger luxury crossovers, with lots of space for the front, second, and third row occupants. However, it's certainly not the sports car of the 7-passenger luxury crossover group. If you're looking for a little bit more driver engagement, then you may want to look elsewhere. However, if you're looking for a smooth and a quiet ride and a very comfortable 7-passenger luxury crossover, then this one should definitely be put on your list. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.